Hey guys, back again, and I failed to mention something. I forgot some games. Let me get this real quick. Shit. I forgot to mention these games. The $35 deal, which sounds like really shit compared. I forgot to add these games. I mean, it's not that big of a deal adding these games too, because they're Atari games. So, but I did get these with the bundle too. Bermuda Triangle. We got a Solar Fox, and we got, I remember playing this as a kid. It's a good game. Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. And I bought this game. I'm not a big Star Trek fan at all. I mean, I don't like it at all. But it was a Sega game, so I picked it up. Star Trek. I didn't know Sega made Atari games. Did not know that. So, and this one I'm really excited about. And it's in really good condition. Snoopy and the Red Baron. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to play. So, basically after that, I went inside to the resellers. Basically, I went inside the AC part, and sometimes, you don't get good steal. You don't get good steals in there usually. But every now and again, you find someone who's selling like, other shit, like baseball cards, and they have a little, small section of games. And those aren't resellers. To me, that's not a reseller. A reseller is someone whose sole purpose is reselling games. So, or that, or somebody who's like, I came across this booth. The guy was selling comic books and action figures, and he had a little games there too, and the games were eye gouging high. Anything that's eye gouging high and individually marked is a reseller to me. But someone selling baseball cards and they got like 5 games there. To me, and if they're good, if they're for a decent deal, that's not a reseller. That's just someone trying to get rid of some games. So, but I didn't come across any of those. Inside was all resellers. So, let me get the games here. I did come across a good reseller, and let me clarify what a good reseller is. A good reseller is someone who's got like all the Sega Genesis and all the Super Nintendos for one price. Not like a whole bunch of different prices. I'm talking about flat price, because then you can find some decent games inside that decent price. And these weren't high prices either. They weren't like $10 a freaking Super Nintendo game. It was $5 for one Super Nintendo, $8 for 2. Not the greatest deal in the world, but I tell you what, if you had Earthbound in there, you thought it would have been fucking the biggest deal in the world. $4 for 8 or $5 for Earthbound. So basically, that's where. And that's actually a good reseller. I mean, if we had to classify a bad reseller and a good reseller, that's a good reseller. So this guy had that kind of booth. He was Hispanic. I'm pretty sure he was Mexican. 35 or so. His English was a little bit bad, but it was good enough. And he had a lot of games there, and good prices. Pretty decent pricing. So I went through his PlayStation 1 rack. And he had a lot there, and I only found one game. I found one game right off the bat, and he had marked between $5 and $8 for the PlayStation 1 games, which ain't too bad for PlayStation 1. But I found this one game there, the Activision Classics, 30 games in one disc, and we'll talk about this right now because it wasn't marked for 8, so I figured it was 5. If it's not marked, it's 5. Not only that, it's greatest hit, and it's freaking Atari remakes. So, but people who don't know, people who are not into games or don't know games very well, they think that a 2-disc PlayStation 1 game is worth more than a 1-disc PlayStation 1 game, or this game had 30 games, therefore it's worth a lot more than a PlayStation game that has 1 game. I don't know why it is that. I'm not. They think this has more value, or even costs more when this came out new. This was like, since it's got 30 games, it probably costs like $120 because it's got 30 games. No, it's a greatest hit CD. It probably cost like $30 when it first came out new. It's not anything better than a regular PlayStation game. But I talked to this guy a lot, and basically I got him down to $5 for that. Not only that, I got him to use a because he had that 2 for $8 deal for the Super Nintendo games, and they're $5 a game. So I said, if I get a $5 PlayStation 1 game, will you do the 2 for $8 for PlayStation 1 games? And he said he would if they were $5 games. So, but I didn't find any other PlayStation 1 games I wanted. But I don't think I could find a Super Nintendo game, that or Genesis, because he had Genesis for $3 a game or 2 for $5. So basically, I got 2 other Genesis games. So I got the whole $8 and 3 games. So the PlayStation 1 cost $4, and these cost $2 a piece, pretty much. So I got The Adventures of Mighty Max, and I also got RoboKid. This looks like a platform game, so the selection was pretty thin, but those games I did pick out because they look like they're fun. So let's go to the next one. So this other reseller, I went to classic reseller, high prices, individually marked, but he had the bargain booth, the bargain bin, whatever. All the games for $3 a pop, which is, it's not the greatest deal in the world. It's not, but if you really want a game, you're willing to get the game. You're willing to pay that price. So basically, this is what I did. I picked up cartoon games. So I picked up Tiny Toons Buster's Hidden Adventure, which I regret buying this now, and once you see that video, you understand why. And then we got Animaniacs, and the flaps it's all loose on top. This one I'm excited about. This one I think was a pretty good game. And then we got Tiny Toons Acme All-Stars, which is a sports game for cartoons. Animaniacs is probably the one I'm most excited about, and it's got the flap missing. But let me show you something here. All these games were priced pretty much for $5, and on the back he actually has his eBay, tag on there. And someone's selling stuff on eBay, you know damn well you're not gonna find no good deals there. You're just gonna find alright stuff. I'm missing one of my games here. Where the hell did I put that? Oh, here it is. So this one I really regret buying too, because it's a really common game. It's a classic for Nintendo. $3 for a Nintendo game, that's pricey. And a really common one, I can almost kick myself for doing it, but it was in good condition. And that's Operation Wolf. Picked up for $3. It's a classic game. And at another reseller, I picked up this game. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I picked up a reseller. I mean, I didn't. Well, whatever. I picked up for $3. PlayStation 2 game. It's a classic. Jackson Daxter. It's made by Naughty Dog. I really like Naughty Dog and Insomniac. Those are the 2 companies I really do enjoy playing their games, especially platformers. And inside, everything was really good condition. The disc itself is flawless. I put a smudge on there myself, on the side there. You can see that. Other than that, I mean, when I first picked it up, it was just flawless, no smudge on there. I put that on somehow. I'll clean that off later. But really good condition. Manual, $3 for a PlayStation 2 game. That's not bad. The outside's a little bit, messed up, but whatever. So after that, I went outside. I decided to go back to that one guy, try to get that Atari 7800, because I'd never seen it before. It's only been a month into retro hunting, but to me, I didn't see it. I know it came out with a Nintendo, and Nintendo whooped some ass. It kicked Atari's ass, so that's why I don't think there's that many of them. And for $10, I thought it was pretty decent. It had all the hookups, good condition, and well, I didn't pick it up because it was sold. So it must have been a pretty good deal because it wasn't there 2 hours later. And I did pick up a Nintendo Game Boy. And this thing's got this like foam pad in there. Let me show you this. And it's coming apart, like the black shit, the black paint. Let me pause this real quick.